Behind me is a legend as well to the townfolk of Breaux Bridge. Her name is Scholastique Picou Breaux. She is the force behind the founding of this city, located about 10 miles east of Lafayette. And just like Start, Louisiana, there are some other well-known names that call Breaux Bridge home. There's so much fascinating information about this place, you could write a book. And we found one man who did just that.
Did you know that the first business to sell Coca-Cola in Breaux Bridge was a bank and not a store? And the first report of red ants was in 1940, and before that time there were no red ants. Boy, that must have been a blessing.
Meet Kenneth Delcambre of Breaux Bridge. This 60-year-old furniture restorer, former graphic artist, and current innkeeper is passionate about the history of his hometown. He's written numerous books that are housed in the State Library, including Somewhere, Some Other Time, a celebration of lost eras in Breaux Bridge. Sit on the front porch of his bed and breakfast for a spell, and he'll fill your head with all sorts of trivia and history that covers centuries, and even includes present-day celebrities that call Breaux Bridge home.
Something of interest is that from Breaux Bridge we have three people who are now famous. We have Jake Delhomme, who is the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. We have Dominic Davis, an LSU player who is now was Rookie of the Year at one time for the Houston Texans. And we have our beloved Adelaide Landry, Miss USA 1996, all from Breaux Bridge.
But let's go back over 200 years to meet the people responsible for creating Breaux Bridge. In the late 18th century, Acadian pioneer Firmin Breaux built a footbridge that crossed Bayou Teche so he could visit his son, Agricole Breaux.
Now you see this tree here? Yeah. And that one there? These were the actual trees that held the ropes for that footbridge that Firmin Breaux built across the Teche, the first bridge, and it's 1799.
Kenneth, what's in a name? How did Breaux Bridge, and this is the current Breaux Bridge, how did Breaux Bridge get its name?
Breaux Bridge got its name from a gentleman named of Agricole Breaux, who was a son of the first Breaux to settle in this area. And he had this bridge built right around 1817.
That bridge no longer exists, but this one does. Built in 1852, it was once burned down by Confederate troops to slow down advancing Union soldiers. Thanks to the Kiwanis Club, the bridge was restored and is now a community focal point to festivals, parades, and concerts. The present-day Breaux Bridge was built in 1950. The steel span bridge has a vertical lift in the middle. It also serves as an annual centerpiece during the town's Crawfish Festival. The Crawfish Festival is held every spring and is not only one of the most popular festivals in the state, it has also been named as a Top 10 Food Festival by USA Today.
The first bicycle purchases, were made in Breaux Bridge on February the 6th, 1897.
Which brings us back to Kenneth. Here's a bit of information that had the Crawfish Capital trying to make heads or tails of history. He discovered that as the Breaux men settled along Bayou Teche in 1765, it was a woman, Scholastique Picou Breaux, who founded the city in the fall of 1829.
When I constituted her as the founder, yes, it made some family members mad because all their life they thought it was Agricole Breaux, but he had no intentions to have a city on his property, but his wife did it. We're in Veterans Park, and in Veterans Park we have a statue that was erected in the honor of Agricole Breaux's wife, Scholastique Picou Breaux.
Your founding father is actually a woman.
Exactly, and better yet, she is the first French woman to found a city in the state of Louisiana. But by the academic communities and the state, what constitutes the founding of a town is that it's with a plan. You have to have a church, you have to have stores, stables, hotels, and schools, and doctors and whatnot, and it did. So she has been given the credit. August the 5th, 1829 is when Breaux Bridge was founded.
Over 300 women with donations of $100 erected a bronze statue dedicated to the female founder.
She was created very carefully. This is not just thrown together. Her height is actual size. I think she was about 4'5", 4'6". The clothing is period. The face on her is from her own great-great-granddaughter. It is solid browns, and the point they were trying to get across was to show determination. That's why her foot's up on a log, and in her hand is the Plan de la Ville de Pont de Breaux, the actual drawing of the town of Breaux Bridge.
And if you thought the Breaux Bridge walking tour was complete with Scholastique, you'd be mistaken. Underneath the live oaks, Kenneth headlines 2 centuries of history in under a minute. Kenneth, we're underneath a couple of oaks that range anywhere from 300 to 600 years, and in between that there's a whole lot of interesting history within Breaux Bridge that happened right in this spot.
Right. Here in Veterans Park is where, underneath these oaks in the 1790s, Catholic Mass was held here.
For the masses, for the public.
Right, for the general public, and then by a traveling priest. And then also in 1883, a vigilante hanging took place on this oak right here. It was the first thing that was mentioned to be so deplorable in the state of Louisiana. And around 1948-49, a lightning bolt hit the tree, which actually held the branch of the hanging, and it has split off. And they had repaired it this way, and this tree is registered as a St. Germain oak. There was a Joseph E. Jenkins, a white, who had murdered his brother-in-law, Raphael Castile from Breaux Bridge, was arrested and put in the parish jail. And because of the lenient law or passive law enforcement at that time, 200 men from Breaux Bridge rode their horses to the jail and forcibly removed him. And also in the cell was a black man who had murdered a young boy. And like the newspaper said, upon their arrival to Breaux Bridge, they were swung into eternity. Maybe there may have been some sort of divine intervention. We don't really know. But lightning hit this tree in the late 1940s and tore off the limb that actually hung the 2 men. So I would have to think that maybe it may have been divine. It wouldn't, you know, it had to have been, it's just weird, I guess, and strange.
So the next time you're in Breaux Bridge and looking for some local flavor, make sure you hook up with Kenneth.
The first Christmas tree went up in 1888.
And make sure you have a few hours to spare. When Breaux Bridge celebrated its centennial back in 1959, the Louisiana legislature officially declared this town as the Crawfish Capital of the world. Kenneth Delcambre and his wife Susan have a beautiful bed and breakfast, and it's one of many beautiful places to stay for a peaceful getaway that's filled with history, antique shopping, food, and of course music. For more information on Breaux Bridge, you can go to the town's website at www.breaubridgelive.com for a complete list of visitor information and attractions.